to say that the word legend is thrown around all too readily these days. But for our next guest here this evening, the word could not be more appropriate. This man began wrestling in the 1960s, wrestled throughout the 70s, throughout the 1980s, and retired in 1996. Not before holding the World Lightweight Championship for 20 years. The man was a star in the days of the world of sport, a real household name, and still, if you ask any wrestling fan today, they will say the man is a legend. Please give it up for our guest this evening, Jonny!
And what a moment this is. British wrestling, scrapback wrestling legend Jonny Saint is here in the Orpington Halls, and look at the sign of respect that these great Orpington fans are giving one great wrestler. Wrestling, and Jonny Saint is emulated by wrestlers all over the globe.
Throughout the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, you retired over 10 years ago, around 1996. But you're back here tonight. You've heard the ovation for these fans. They love you. What have you got to say to them?
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As John has just said, yes, I did retire from wrestling in 1996. But I haven't retired completely. You know, I kept my hand in. I created a few gymnasiums and had a few young lads around, and generally kept with talent. Now, for those of you who are old enough to remember me, a good time. During my career, I wrestled abroad an awful lot, on continent a lot, and all over. Where these are run, tournament-style wrestling over there. I also heard a lot about the promotions here at Orpington. It was on a regular basis, and they were against some really good crowds who appreciated the wrestling. And I thought, well, why not try and approach promotions in this country and see if they would run it on a tournament style. And so I approached the promotions here at Orpington, and they just looked at me. And so tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see the first match of a 64-man, 12-month tournament in this hall, this Orpington. And this is going to be the next match. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great privilege and pleasure to announce this tournament at Orpington. And as far as I'm aware, this is the first time it's been run in this country, anywhere, any hall. So I'm going to officially announce this tournament open tonight.
Jonny Saint officially declares the 64-man national tournament open.
I'm going to invite you to take the seat ringside, and you can enjoy the first match there, and I'm going to announce that match now. So thank you very much,
Jonny Saint, our special guest, is going to sit and witness the first match in this tournament, and this is the first.
Introducing first, making his way to the ring, Jorge Castano!
And here comes the misfit Jorge Castano, a man we haven't seen since IPW UK's war with the FWA. Of course, one of FWA's original warriors, Jorge Castano, aligned himself with the FWA. And tonight he finds his path back into IPW UK Open after the FWA folded. thanks to this 64-man tournament, and he'll be hoping for success to guarantee him more bookings here in the Orpington Halls, to guarantee himself more bookings here in IPW UK. And it's not often you get a second chance here in IPW, and tonight is Jorge Castano's opportunity. And of course Castano, he's never been a fan favourite anywhere he's gone. And tonight he'll be going one-on-one with a man he knows very well, in form of the Wonder Kid Jonny Storm, and what matches they've had in the past.
You see, I look around and I see nothing but idiots. I look at one side and I see people who suck. One PW, you suck. I look at the other side, IPW, you suck. So I'm gonna keep it real simple and really short. Everybody here tonight sucks, so shut your mouth! I do not suck. I said, shut your mouth! I do not suck.
And his opponent. Making his way to the ring, the Wonder Kid, Jonny Storm.
And here he is, the Wonder Kid himself, Jonny Storm. Because Jonny Storm aligns himself with the FWA during that war as well. Both these two men were on the same team, but tonight they're against each other in the first round of the British National 64-man tournament, as British wrestling legend Jonny Saint watches on. This tournament is officially open. And who's going to advance onto round 2? It seems that Jonny Storm's been popular wherever he's been, be it FWA, 1PW, IPW. Jonny Storm is cheered and loved by the fans. So one can't say the same about the misfit Jorge Castano. I mean, he's been calling these people idiots for years now, and still he wonders why they boo him. Referee Chris Hatchton and Jorge Castano to take his top off so we can start the match. And Castano pleasing ignorance again. We know Jorge Castano can speak perfectly good English despite being a Colombian native. Of course, there's a 20-minute time limit in all first round matches in the national tournament. This match being no different. The bell has yet to sound, so that time limit hasn't started yet. So all Jorge Castano's time wasting here is doing is maybe putting Jonny Storm off his game. I don't think it's going to affect the Wonder Kid. Of course, Jonny Storm, a veteran of the British wrestling scene, the same as Jorge Castano, the misfit. And the bell sounds as we're officially underway in the first contest of the British National Championship. The Conobo tie-up. Castano back storm into the corner. Both men now jockeying for position. We're in the ropes. We need to see a breakthrough again. This time Castano back storm into the corner once more. Jonny Storm now trying to get the crowd behind him. He's going to have no problem doing that, especially against a wrestler like Jorge Castano. Makes his feelings towards this crowd perfectly clear before each and every match. Look at that closed fist from Castano. First of all, that wasn't a clean break, and second of all, it was a closed fist. Jorge Castano is really testing referee Chris Hatch's patience here, and should a disqualification occur, Jonny Storm would move forward into the next round of the British National Championship. So here we go, Colin will tie up once more. Storm backed into the corner again. And Castano went for a right hand again, and Jonny Storm caught him off once more. Sends him off for ropes. Nice Hurricane Rana there from Storm. There's a Tilton Well head scissors. And Castano goes for a ride to the outside of the ring. And now is a Wonder Kid going to fly. Jonny Storm now hits the ropes. Oh, Castano dodges out of the way, he's pointing to his head, but Jonny Storm one step ahead. Grabs Castano by the head, oh my! And Castano just cut him off there. Jonny Storm almost decapitated there by that top rope. Oh, but there's a deep arm drag takedown. Jorge Castano took too long to George to the fans, allows Jonny Storm the opportunity to gain his breath back, regain his composure, and take down Jorge Castano with that deep arm drag takedown. Jonny Storm, of course, an accomplished wrestler, holds many FWA championships. The current XWA British Heavyweight Champion, the former 1PW Tag Team Champion. Much like the anarchist Doug Williams, who we saw in action earlier on, Jonny Storm, an accomplished competitor. Of course, former member of the Untouchables, Jonny Storm put that chapter in his IPW UK career behind him. Of course, it was at the 1-year anniversary show where Jonny Storm joined the Untouchables. That union was pretty much ended by default when Jonny Storm sided with Team FWA in the war against IPW. But I mean, since then we've seen Jonny Storm stand up to fight by the side of Martin Stone against Jack Storm and Dave Morales. But despite the fact they aligned themselves with each other on that one night, they're by no means friends, don't get me wrong. It's stunning there, look at him biting the hand of Jonny Storm. We can pretty much take for granted when this guy says he's not cheating, he is. And Jorge Castano is no slouch, of course. Castano, a former All England. Oh my, Castano shaking the right ropes as Jonny Storm crotched on that top rope, and Jorge Castano takes him down. Castano looking for now. Nice snap suplex, Castano nips up. Castano, every bit the athlete that Jonny Storm is. Of course, Castano's got the size advantage. One would say that Jonny Storm had the speed advantage, but Jorge Castano is no slouch, he's very, very quick. He sends Storm off the ropes. Nice drop toe hold by Castano. Pair of boots to the skull, and Castano nips up once more, showing what superb shape he's in as he goes straight to the outside of the ring. Quick to get himself to that top rope. High cross body connects, hook of the leg. 2 count only, and did you see how quickly Castano got himself out the ring and to that top rope as that high risk manoeuvre paid off there? and nearly granted Castano the victory, and nearly granted Castano his entrance into the second round of this British National Championship. And I mean, this concept of British National Championship is pretty good. I mean, unlike one-night tournaments, it's not a case of who takes the most punishment in each round. It's really a case of who is the better man on the night. As Castano now, a high back body drop. Storm catches a punch from Castano. Gets himself to the top rope. Jonny Storm perhaps going for a high risk manoeuvre of his own and connects with a missile-like drop kick, hook of a leg. Well, 2 count only there for the wonder kid Jonny Storm. Both these two men so evenly matched, and they've had their wars in the past. Jonny Storm now gets himself to the top rope. He went for a high cross body of his own and Castano caught him, and that's why they call them high risk manoeuvres. And Castano straight to the outside of the ring, straight on Jonny Storm, straight on the Wonder Kid. He just throws him down onto the concrete as Jonny Storm's head connects with that bin as well on the way down. And what a shame it would be if this opening matchup in this tournament ended in disqualification. Now both men brawling on the outside of the ring. Castano, the aggressor, sends... Well, I speak too soon, as Castano sent into those fire exits, and that's a nasty, nasty fall. He landed on the concrete, and the force of Castano going into those fire exits knocked the doors wide open. And Jonny Storm now on the tables, on the pile of tables here in the Orpington Halls. Double boot stomp to the stomach of Jorge Castano, who's had all the life knocked out of his body. And the Wonder Kid could just be a few short minutes away from progressing in this British National Championship tournament. Oh, but Castano, I'm not sure where he gets him. Got to give credit where credit's due. I don't know where Jorge Castano gets it from, but he managed to cut Jonny Storm off. And now he's climbing to the top rope once more, but notice the speed has left Jorge Castano as he climbed that top rope, and that's the difference between success and failure as Jonny Storm nails him with a big time super kick. Of course, next month at the Orpington Halls will be some more first round matches. We'll see Darkside go on one-on-one with the specialist Mark Sloan. We'll see Dragon Eye Sue go one-on-one with the Zebra Kid. What a hard-hitting war that promises to be. As Jorge Castano ducks out a close-eye attempt, Jonny Storm through to his feet. Triple jump Hurricane Rana. Springboard moonsault connects, cover, yet no! Jonny Storm thought he had this one won. The cover once more, and again, Jorge Castano kicks out. There's a big chop across the chest of Castano. Sends him into a far corner, no, there's a reversal. Jonny Storm, he went for a wheelbarrow bulldog but got caught in the Northern Lights. And still the Wonder Kid manages to kick out. But Jorge Castano firmly in control of this contest now. Castano sends Storm into the corner, but Storm, the athleticism of Storm, but Castano's caught him off. German suplex from the top rope, and that time Jonny Storm inside out. And Castano drapes an arm across the chest, but Storm kicks out. Castano sent off the ropes, springboard from Jonny Storm. Roll up, yes! And Jonny Storm, so quick, so fast, Jonny Storm advances. Storm advances into the next round of the British National Championship with a huge victory over the misfit Jorge Castano from nowhere. And what a match and what a victory for the Wonder Kid Jonny Storm.